We sell all of the things. We have a full service print shop. We just got rid of our last piece of offset equipment about a year ago now. So now we run 6 different digital presses. I have a full bindery, full direct mail in-house. We also are pretty significant distributors of imprinted promotional products and apparel, and we have a warehouse and fulfillment program.
And a lot of that growth, I understand, has happened fairly recent, in the last 2 to 3 years, right?
It has, yeah. If we were talking 4 years ago, in fact, when we signed up with PlanProphet originally, I think we were one of your earlier subscribers. We weren't really one of your users until just about a year ago. We simply subscribed, and I wish I would have dug in deeper when we first did it because the
So
growth could
you,
have been
you
more
you
tremendous.
signed up, but you really were not using it much.
And I think that's pretty common, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
sometimes it happens.
But yeah, the growth, when we signed up, we were probably doing a little under $1 million a year.
Wow.
And that's just 3-ish years ago. And now we're over 4 million
And we
and
just
on
stick to the
track.
line that happened only when he started using PlanProphet, right?
Well, you're saying that tongue in cheek, but when people ask me, what happened? What is your success? And it really comes down to the marketing automation. And I'll talk about that when you ask a question about it specifically. But
Sure.
there's some
So,
just
so
amazing
we can
things that
take a
happen.
little bit of credit, maybe a little bit of credit.
Now you can take a lot. I'll be
All right,
perfectly honest.
good.
You can take a lot.
Can you tell me if you can think back to when you joined PlanProphet,
Mhm.
that decision may be different if I asked the question 3, 4 years ago than if I asked it today, but
Mhm.
originally, what led you choose PlanProphet? Why did you join PlanProphet? Because we know we're not a cheap product, right? Our product starts at $450 a month, for those of you who don't know it. And for a shop that was doing back there 900 and change $1,000 a year, maybe that
It's
was certainly something you have to
a
think about.
huge and very challenging investment for me at the time. I'm very glad that now to spend $500 a month is not really a difficult decision for me. If it makes my life a little bit easier, I'll do it in a heartbeat. But
But
then it
back
was
then, it was a
difficult.
big decision. Yeah.
Yeah, it really was. Um, we needed a more robust CRM. I was using a product myself, which someone doesn't want to get into a real CRM, which PlanProphet definitely is. I'll give them a plug, a little outfit called Less Annoying CRM. I've tried every customer relation management tool out there, and they're all just a pain in the butt to use. And making it more frustrating, uh, they didn't tie in, as you said, to our existing customers. They were truly just prospect management. So I really wanted to have a robust customer relationship management tool, and having all my data in one place seemed like the best way to do it. And then around that, you can see we're very busy. The phone is ringing off the hook here. Sorry about that.
We're not
Um,
hearing it.
oh, good. I'm glad. um, the uh, the poor quality reporting and whatnot that we got out of Printer's Plan and layering it on top of any communication that we want to have was just too much work. So having something that did it all seemed like it made sense. And you made it very easy at the point. You didn't make me sign up for a year. It was, certainly a minimum requirement at the time, and I don't know if that's changed now. But I was willing to give it a try for a few months to see what it did. And in all honesty, we did not use it the way we intended to use it then. What we found instantly is that the proofing module saved us uh, decades of time just to be able to put a proof up there and automatically remind people that they hadn't approved the proof yet. Saved my customer service and pre-press people hours every day. It paid for itself in the first couple of weeks with the proofing module. And I know everyone says that. It's just the obvious. Turn it on and your life is easier. And I was happy to pay the 450 bucks, 500 bucks a month just to have that. And I didn't bother doing anything else for a long time. It's automations and integrations that have been so very powerful. By turning on and using effectively inactive client notifications, you talked about that earlier, automated reorder notifications, marketing drips, And also we are paying for the integration with Loyalty Loop and with ShipStation. Those things are transformational for our business because they send out information that looks like, if you craft them well, and that's important, as if I, as the president of the company, reached out and took the time to personally write to someone about this thing that's happening. And every day when I walk in and look at my email, I have 10 business opportunities in my email that are simply responses from people who got an automated thing that I set up. And many of those turn into business. So losing that would really stink. The first thing I'd do if you went away is find some other way of doing that. I don't know what it would be, but I would have to.
Would it be hiring somebody to do those things, or would be, or would it be?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't. I would lobby. I would lobby PrintReach to build the stuff into Plan or Printer's Plan. I guess I don't think they'd be capable of doing that. I probably would hire someone's to do this. I used to on reorder notifications. We had a system we called Rapid Repeat. Every time someone entered an order, they estimated when it might be reordered. And I had a customer service person whose job it was every week to physically print a report of reorders expected and then pick up the phone and call all those people. That was hours of someone's time. And now it's completely automated and it works better.
How about billing? Are you using us for billing automation? Are you sending invoices, statements through us?
Yeah, all invoices and statements every day at 2 o'clock, every completed job, an invoice goes out to all our clients and they can pay right there, and many of them do. I would say, and I could actually build a report to tell you. I haven't done it because I haven't needed to, but I would estimate that our average days to pay, which used to hang around 35, I bet it's closer to 15 days now. That's crazy. 10 additional days of cash that I can operate on. And I didn't have to make a bunch of collection calls. It's simply the automation takes care of it.
Just sending those bills.
I also collections, the past due notices, and I have created an automation to send me at the first of every month a aging receivables report, so I know who I might need to spend extra.
Hold on, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of reports now, we transition a little bit. Have you learned how to do reports on PlanProphet yourself?
Yeah, I have, but on a very superficial level. There's some challenges that I have. Sometimes I think maybe I'm just not smart enough. The neat thing is you have a team that if I say, hey, I need XYZ, I always say, hey, can you tell me how to do this? I'm not smart enough. They always reply right away with, here's how you do it. And oh, by the way, we built the report for you. And I don't know if you know they do that or if you want them to, but as long as they keep doing it.
That's exactly how they should be answering, by the way.
The need for me to learn how to do it.
Explain how you did it.
Yeah.
I
would like to do more because sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I go, oh God, here's what I really need. And then
you don't want to wait. You don't want to wait.
When I dig around, I'm like, wow, I just couldn't quite get it. I'm missing some secret sauce.
Are you using dashboards for your day-to-day or mostly reports?
Mostly reports. I should be using dashboards. My production manager has a number of dashboards set up that is in relation to our integration with Asana, which is a production management system that we're using. So he can see where the bottlenecks are in the shop, which departments are behind. All that's on dashboards that he has. I don't use them.
For those watching, by the way, that are not familiar what we're talking about, I'm going to go back just a couple slides. A report is a report. It's just a tabular report, that it's specific to one thing. A dashboard, if I go back to that screen, looks more like this. They're more of screens that bring in different reports into one screen. So if Kurt wanted to see production stuff, essentially we would put jobs in progress, jobs due today, jobs late, jobs pending approval, all in one dashboard. If Kurt wanted to see accounts receivable stuff, we would put past due 30, 60, 90 in one dashboard. So instead of accessing, let's say 10 reports, you could just access one dashboard live and see what's going on. So I'm curious, some of our clients live and breathe through dashboards. Others prefer just having reports that they look at and they can interact a little deeper with. So that's pretty cool. Knowing today what you didn't know then, how it took you a while to really get implemented. what would you have done differently to get you started faster, so it didn't take you a year to implement everything?
You know, I think the answer is I would have just turned on some of the out of the box automations, the inactive client notification. At first, I was so stressed out about, oh, what if it sends an inactive notice to someone who isn't actually inactive? What if there's some piece of misinformation in our data that causes an erroneous email to go out? But had I just turned it on right out of the box, maybe change the language a little bit, I would have quickly seen that it instantly paid for itself without doing anything. Um, I was just so afraid of it not being perfect. I let the perfect be the enemy of the good, or great in this case. I wish I would have just turned it on, because that would take no time. Now, where it does take time is we've built a number of custom marketing drips, and that took a lot of time. I spent probably several full days, and that's very expensive for me in order to build it out. But the payback has been tremendous. So if you want to use it fully, if you really want to dig in, someone is going to have to spend some time to optimize it. But the point I would make is that even if you don't, using it out of the box is going to give you a leg up over your competitors. And that's really what it's about.